Powered by the Zapata Bread Studio. This is Straight Outta Jersey with Jersey Jay-Z.
What is up, guys? I am Joe Zapata. Another week of Peptide Talk. I am Joe Zapata, and I'm here with the Peptide King himself, Garrett Pope. What's up, Garrett?
What's up?
What is going on, man? Before we get started, let's just do some house cleaning. Guys, go to equipfoods.com, use promo code JerseyJZ, and get 15% off your order. They got new protein out. They got mocha. This is really great. And, of course, they got new chocolate cookies and cream. Really great. So go to equipfoods.com, use promo code JerseyJZ. All right, Garrett, we had a lot of things going on. And one of the things I want to talk about first is actually that was in the news, actually, and I know you know a lot about this stuff in the industry, is, let me pull it up right here. Hold on. It's about the protein bars, David protein bars. Now, they're in the news recently because they actually said that the ingredients, when they were tested by the FDA, were actually not correct. And this happens quite a bit, I think, in the industry. I think they said 150 calories, but it's actually 271 calories. They were claiming 2.5 grams of fat. Actually, it was 13 grams of fat. A lot of things going on here. And, you know, you're in the industry. You know a lot about this. You know, what can you tell us about this and the whole protein scam stuff?
It goes to show you that even though things are FDA regulated, they're not FDA regulated. Things can still pass through. Things can still, I don't know if you remember a few years back, the whole thing with Redcon 1. Do you remember Redcon 1?
Yes.
Okay. They were putting actual steroids in their stuff, which I guess was pretty cool. You know, you're buying a pre-workout or a protein and, oh, look, I got some steroids in it. So, you know, I mean, you know, but they were putting steroids in their stuff, and, you know everything that happened. They got into it.
Yeah, that's Aaron Singerman. Aaron Singerman, I think, his company.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and they got into a ton of issues, and it's happened in the past. I mean, do you remember hot stuff? Remember the? Yeah, the pre-workout. Excuse me, the hot stuff. Ultimate Orange. That was it. Ultimate Orange. The pre-workout, and they had ephedrine in that. And the hot stuff, the original program they had. So what's going on with this protein bar? No, they weren't putting any like fun stuff in it that we can like actually use. They were just lying straight up about what was in their products. So they were saying their product was so good for you, was so healthy for you, and it was crap. Now, listen, I tried, or I attempted to try one of the bars one time. They're like cement. I didn't even like it. Now, what I love is, I don't know if you ever tried the Built bars.
Yes, I have those.
They're delicious. They're soft. They're like Cadbury, the little Cadbury eggs. You know what I mean? They're like soft. And the Peeps. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Peeps. They're really, you know, they're good. They're tasty. They're fun to eat. The David bars, I didn't, you know, really care for, and now that it comes out that it's mostly fake anyway, you know,
it's pretty crazy.
Not good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the CEO, Peter Rahal, states that they're simply wrong, and he says that it's flawed testing on the FDA. Now, do they flawed test at all, or probably not? I don't think so.
Flawed testing on the FDA. I mean, you know what that's like? When the professional athlete gets popped for PEDs, and he goes, wait a minute, it was something I bought over the counter at GNC. It must have been in there. You know what I mean? It's nobody's ever going to admit the truth.
Yeah.
Now, what David's bars could do is now change everything, clean up their act, send it back to testing, and go, look, we passed this time. It was just an error.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know. There is a lawsuit going on now, so apparently, you know, I've had one or two of the bars. I thought they were okay, but they tasted so good. Sometimes you got it when something tastes really good. You got to wonder, is it really what? You know, if it's really
absolutely, you know, and you know, you look at it, you go, okay, well, I mean, what I don't understand is this: why lie about what's in it? There's plenty of people that will buy a protein bar that because of their taste, not because of what's really in it. And a lot of other people, you know, they just want what's in it. They could market it either way. I mean, they could still sell their product. Don't lie, because if you lie about what's in it, I mean, that's like, you know. That's like if you and I were talking about peptides, and I'm just lying. Let's say we'll take Glow, for example, and I just start lying about what's in Glow. Well, all credibility is out the window then. Everything's out the window because somebody's going to turn around and go, wait a minute, he said this, and this was in this, and it's not at all.
Yep.
Oh, well, I didn't make the mistake. You did. You know what I mean? Come
on. 100%.
So you lose credibility then.
Yeah, 100%. Well, we're going to see what happens with there. There's still no lawsuit, so whatever. If you like the bars, go against buy them, I guess.
Exactly.
The Retratutide is what we're going to talk about. That's one of our topics today, GLP-1s. So, Garrett, you're the expert on this. So what is Retratutide? Tell me about it. What's the benefits, everything involved?
All right. So it's a GLP-1. Originally, the semaglutides came out, Wegovy, Ozempic, all that. Then the tirzepatides came out. It's one after another. And while those are approved by the FDA and they're prescribable and all that, the Retratutide is not prescribable yet. Okay. But it's probably the best one for you. Now, I have personally switched almost everybody from semaglutide, tirzepatide, etc., to Retratutide, unless somebody specifically, I want semaglutide. You know what I mean? For most people, listen, go with the Retratutide. Trust me, switch over. I've seen plenty of people use the semaglutide, which is the Ozempic, and they waste away, like we've talked before, the bird face. And most of the time it's because they're using too high of a dose. And you can do that with the Retratutide too. You can use too high of a dose. Understand with the GLP-1s, if you use too high of a dose on any of them, you're going to completely kill your appetite. You're not going to be able to eat at all. Well, I don't care who you are. If you can't eat, whether it's muscle, whether it's fat, you're going to burn it off your body. It's going to be wasted. Okay. You're going to lose it. And then you get that shell look, like that skeletal look.
Yeah.
That's not a good look. I don't think anybody's going for.
No.
I don't think anybody wants to get a that bird face, that hollow look, that drawn out, look. It goes hand in hand. You got to work out. You can't just take this stuff and expect the weight to go flying off and not work out. Now, the Retratutide, what's nice about that is there's a little something with the Retratutide, if done correctly, okay? A lot of bodybuilders are using Retratutide now because they realize they can be in a calorie deficit, okay? And if you train and take your proper nutrition in, you can actually retain your muscle while cutting and losing weight on Retratutide. So it's becoming popular in that aspect, not just, normal people looking to lose weight on a daily basis, I'm going to give you a couple key things here. Okay. So, Retratutide hits 3 receptors simultaneously. Okay. GLP-1, which kills appetite and slows gastric emptying. Okay. Secondly, GIP improves fat cell insulin sensitivity. Okay. The third is glucagon, drives thermogenesis and fatty acid oxidation at the mitochondrial level. And you've heard me mention mitochondrial level before. That's the main thing. Okay. That's the main thing. And that last one is what makes all the difference in the world with the Retratutide compared to some of the others. Mitochondrial level. Okay. Now, what the whole idea behind it is, and I'll give you an idea. Semaglutide, 15% body weight loss.
Okay.
If done correctly. I'm not talking, taking mega amounts. Okay. If you dose it correctly, it's about a 15% body weight loss. I'm not saying fat, I'm saying body weight, total body weight. Tirzepatide, on average, 22%. Retratutide, up to 24.2% at a 48-week mark.
Wow.
That's huge.
Yeah, that's
huge.
Really
that's almost double of the semaglutide when you look at it. But the problem is, and I haven't said this to people before, and I'm going to say it here and now. I was just talking to somebody about the Retratutide. There's a protocol used, and it just happens to be funny that we're in March right now. March Madness starts today, and it's called the March Protocol. Okay. And I'll explain to you what March stands for. M, mitochondria. I just hit that word a second ago. A, absorption. R, resilience. C, cycle and signal. And then H, the most important word in its entire thing: hypertrophy.
Wow. Okay.
And while everybody thinks about, I want to lose weight, on Retratutide, I want to lose weight. Well, what if you could lose weight and you can gain muscle?
Mm-hmm.
What if you could do both?
Mm-hmm.
And if you, I don't know, let me ask you a question. I don't know if this is possible. If I were to text you something right now, is there any way you can show this on the screen right now or no?
I probably can. It might take me a little bit, but I probably can. See if you can text it to me. I could try and see if you can.
I'm gonna send you something right now, and I'm gonna
send it to me right now. See, I could probably pull it up because I can get it, and then I'll save it and see if I could do it.
I'm gonna send you two. These are afters, okay, and I'm gonna send you the befores in a minute, and I want you to show the befores first, and then the afters. And this is a combination. This is somebody who's used semaglutide before, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Killed the appetite, this, that, and then here we go. Perfect. Let me just find it here. All right.
Yeah, send that to me, and I'll see if I can pull it up.
Yep, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Perfect. And now I'm gonna send these to you right now. So I just sent you the.
Okay, send it to me now. Okay, let me see if I can pull it up.
I sent you the before and the after. Tell me if you got everything that I just sent through.
Give me a second.
Sure.
It might be black for a second on my screen.
And if you could punch up the before first and then the two afters, and you can see the two afters isn't just about somebody losing weight. It's about somebody losing weight and building and adding muscle. Now, when you see the pictures, they're going to look like totally different people almost. And I'm going to show you a slow progression. And this is what I try to tell people. If you want to lose weight, did you get them?
I got them, yeah, but it's not on my computer yet. So go ahead and keep talking.
Okay, I'm going to send you. I just want to see something here. Perfect. So that's another somewhat before picture, a progress picture, and then you can see the afters. And then if you could punch those up, the befores and then the afters.
Wow. First of all, I see it myself. Wow, that's pretty amazing. But go ahead.
Right? Okay. That's those pictures I sent you. You got how many pictures did you get total?
3.
Okay.
Right. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Hold on. I'm going to send you. There you go. This should come through now. That's 4. And it's the befores that I want to show you a progression. The next picture I just sent you is part of the process, but nowhere where the finished product should have been. You know what I'm trying to say?
Gotcha. Okay, I got them. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to pull them up in a second.
Okay, absolutely.
But so you can keep talking about. So what is the difference though between Ozempic? Why isn't the FDA not approving Retratutide? Because it's similar things, correct?
It's similar, but it's not. And I don't know why they're not. Well, because they probably don't have a drug company to make the patent on it yet, like Eli Lilly. Like, do you see what I'm saying? They want to put the patent on it, and once if they can get the drug company to produce it and they can patent it, then then they're going to shut everybody else down.
Gotcha.
See, what happened was with the Wegovy and the Ozempic, well, they were designed as diabetic medications, so they had their thing. Then the peptide companies started saying, "Oh, well, wait a minute. The brand name of this, the generic of this, is semaglutide. We can just sell semaglutide. We don't have to name it Wegovy." Well, the problem with this is now Retratutide is out there.
Okay.
So now how does the big pharma dance around this and say, okay, we have to come up with a name, because they're not going to call it Retratutide. They're going to call it their own thing. Jack's weight loss, whatever, just they're going to come up with something. And that's going to be the name that it's prescribed under, and this and that. And that's what you're going to see, all these fancy jingle commercials and all that. And then they're going to tell you that's the only one and true Retratutide. There's no substitute. You know, and that's what they do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the Retratutide works the absolute best, and the reason why is it allows you to, if done right, you can retain your muscle.
Okay. All right. I got the pictures too ready here. They're in my queue. Now this person's okay with putting her face on the internet or whoever it is.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So I have the first picture of her sitting down, obviously before, in the pink shirt. Okay. This is obviously before. All right. Here we go. That's her. Correct.
Yep.
Okay.
That's her. Yep. That's way before ever starting a weight loss journey or anything.
Okay. And now we're going to have
that's just being before starting anything. That's no trying to diet, no trying to do cardio, nothing. Okay.
Okay. Now the next one is her, I guess, jogging, starting the process.
Starting the process when weight has been lost, but no strength training at all. So it's just the concept of, oh, I'm going to do cardio. I'm going to limit my portions. I'm going to watch what I eat. And if you look at that picture right there, that's a great picture to use, because if you look at that picture right there, has weight been lost? I mean, if you look at the first picture, you look at the face alone. Okay. Oh yeah. A ton of weight has been lost. Look at that. I mean, it's a ton of weight.
Correct.
The first picture, it reminds me of, remember the movie Shallow Hal?
Yes.
Okay. The face, that's what it reminds me of. It's too much weight. It's that stretched face. Now the center, you can see the face is
thinner.
Not that as
the
bloated,
arms,
okay? But
the arms
there's no muscle on the body whatsoever. No muscle whatsoever.
No.
Now, from that point right there, that jogging picture, till the pictures you're about to show.
Okay. What did you?
Even a full 3 years. It's let me just do the math here. It's just short of 3 years. I'm gonna say 2 years in 9 months. Let's say 2 years.
And you had put her on your regimen. You put her on your. You train her obviously from your. Okay, so this is what she looks like.
Training. Yeah, there you go.
Wow, that's impressive.
I mean, it's like a different person. Okay,
yes.
Now, if you look, for anybody out there that goes, well, you could look at the face. The next picture, you could really tell that you're going to put up. The next there, now you can see the same face. Look at the difference.
Wow.
Now, for any woman that looks at it, that's not a big, bulky bodybuilder female physique at all. That's a streamlined, physique that is, I mean, you can see the difference. Now, I believe that picture there in the pink, I believe, was 320 pounds. I'm almost sure that picture was 320 pounds.
And how much is she weighing here?
That picture there, believe it or not, is 140.
Wow.
That's 140. Now, the jogging picture, I believe, was around 165, 170. So if you honestly look at things, let's forget about the 320 picture. Let's go from that picture. We'll say 165 there, okay? Because, and then you go to that 140 or 141 to be exact. So let's say it's a 25-pound difference.
Yeah.
That's a 25-pound difference, but a massive difference in muscle structure, fat loss, body recomposition.
That's really
like a different person.
Correct. Totally different person.
I mean, if you really look at it, you can even look at the arms there. Look at the arms in the jogging picture. Look, you
can tell they're flabbier in that jogging picture.
Yeah.
And then you look at it compared to this one, and she's obviously, the muscle tone is incredible.
Yep. And I will say something right now. That isn't for anybody. And I know it's easy for everybody to say out there, steroids probably. That is not steroids. And you can see by the physique. That is not PEDs, steroids at all. You can see, but the steroids have the bulkier physique. We know that. It has, that is not that at all. It is applied weight training, a applied program, not just going into the gym and just randomly doing what you feel like, or, oh, you know what, I'll do back today. I don't want to do that. It's a program where you stick to the program. You do the exact things on the exact days and blah, blah, blah. It's accountability. It's Retratutide. Okay. Now that's on Retratutide, and and that's why I'm using this as an example, because I wanted to show everybody. You can look like you can retain muscle on Retratutide. I hear all these people say, "Oh, the GLP-1s, I just look like a skeleton. I look well, yeah, because you don't weight train. Yeah, because you don't weight train correctly." That is on Retratutide. Okay, now the key on this also is that's microdosing Retratutide. That is not going from 1.5 milligrams to 2.5 milligrams to 5 milligrams to 7.5 milligrams to 10 milligrams. That's not what that's doing. That is microdosing Retratutide the entire duration of 12 weeks.
Wow.
12 weeks on, you then get 12 weeks off. Time off, time on. You can't stay on Retratutide for a year, 2 years. Listen, one person I know stayed on almost 3 years straight of a semaglutide, not Retratutide, semaglutide. And I just go, what are you doing? What are you doing? Your body's dependent on it now. You do realize you're going to get off that. God knows your insulin sensitivity, you screwed up everything. You time off, time on equals time off. It's the old, when we were younger, the old, cycling adage. Oh, okay, well, you're going to get on a 10 or 12 week cycle. You got to get off for the equivalent amount. And you remember me used to saying it. I used to say something a lot of times. Oh yeah, they're on year round. You can't do that. You're going to fry yourself. You can't stay on year round on certain things. Okay. Now on peptides like NAD, stuff like you can stay on year round. That's totally different. That's not that you're putting something in your body that's like we talked before, the NAD plus that's naturally occurring in your body. That diminishes as you get older. So you're replenishing it. That's nothing where you have to get off of it because you're putting your natural levels that dip back up to a certain level. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. With this stuff, totally different story. This was designed as a diabetic medication. That's the key word. Medicate. It's not designed to just stay on. So I tell people 12 weeks on, 12 weeks off. Now those pictures I just showed you, it's 12 weeks. I tell her 12 weeks on, and then I make a strong case of, okay, I'll ask her, what's your off date? Okay. So that's the date you get off. And remember, now you have to mark it down 12 weeks that you stay off that.
Yeah. What's her appetite like? Because I know it represses the appetite, but you got to eat protein. You got to have that. So what's her diet?
Okay. She eats really clean for the most part.
Okay.
I mean, really clean. She doesn't overeat. She eats clean. She eats a lot of protein. Obviously, you have to take a lot of protein in. Okay?
Is she hungry though, or not?
Is she what?
Is she hungry? Like, Ozempic suppresses the appetite.
It doesn't suppress. She gets her meals in. She eats her meals.
She does. Okay.
It doesn't do like the semaglutide where it kills your appetite, where you're sitting there going, oh my God, I got to stuff another 4.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
It does not do that whatsoever. She has an appetite where she can get her normal meals in. If she misses a meal, she'll get, the hangry, cranky. You know what I mean? Where when people are on semaglutide, if they miss a meal, I missed a meal. I didn't even realize it. You know what I mean? It's this. So this allows you, but the key is it's because you microdose it. You're not. Now, if you were to take Retratutide up to 10 milligrams a day, my bad, 10 milligrams a week, yeah, your appetite's going to be gone. You're not going to be able to eat anything. It's because of the dosage that you use. If you microdose it, you will lose weight. You can retain and build. I should not just say retain, build, because if you look at her physique, she's not retaining muscle. She's building new muscle. Okay. Yes, and let me just throw this in there. Okay. Let me throw this in there. She's not no spring chicken. Okay. She's old. She's 51 years old.
Really? Okay.
So
wow. I did not think that.
So let me put that out there too. Okay. That's a great, she's 51 years old. So for anybody out there, because listen, everybody tries to find excuses. Oh, it must be steroids. Oh, it's the age. I could do that if I was that age. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Everybody wants to always find it. Oh, they have the time to do that. Everybody tries to come up with an excuse why somebody can do it, but they can't do it. And I just want to throw that out there. That's 51 years old. That's not, listen, I've always said this. When I see or hear the 25 or 27-year-old guy or girl looking jacked in a gym or looking good. You should. You're 25, you're 27. You should look like that. If you don't look like that at that age, why not? That's it's easy for you to look like that at that age. Now try to look like that at 40. Oh, now try to look like that at 45. Oh, now try to look like that at 50 or above. And that's the real key. That's when I say, okay, those are the people that have been at it for life. Everybody should look, if you're a guy, every guy should look jacked or pumped or whatever you want to say at 25, 26, 27 years old. Listen, every girl better have a popping booty and good lean arm muscles and whatever else at that age. Do you know what I'm trying to say to you? Because it's not that hard to do. You're in your prime. So I just want to throw that out there too. That's 51 years old. That's not, now again, I can't preface it enough. And I say it to people all the time. You have to strength train when you use these weight loss drugs. And everybody wants to take the easy way out and not do it. Well, don't come to me then and say, well, why don't I look like that? I've been using the same thing. Really? Well, let's talk about your eating habits. Let's talk about your strength training or your lack of strength training. Or let's talk about the program that I gave you and you don't follow at all. That when I check in with you and you tell me, oh, well, Monday I really didn't, I wasn't feeling good. My head was bothering me. And on Tuesday, I had a lot going on, with my kids and this and that. So I couldn't get to the gym on Tuesday, but I took a walk around the block at nighttime. And Wednesday, I was supposed to do legs, but my knee was bothering me. So I skipped legs this week. So basically, you've done nothing. and that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants the results. People don't want to put in the time.
Correct. And how? That's great. I was going to say, what is her schedule for workout? You have her 4 days on. What's her, split?
I'm really glad you asked that. Weights right now, 4 days a week. She was just on weights 3 days a week.
Okay.
I had her on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, weights only. I just moved her back to 4 days a week, weights. The way, simple way is this. Right now, currently, Monday and Friday, upper body. Wednesday and either Saturday or Sunday, but I think she does on Saturday. It's either Saturday or Sunday, but I think she does on Saturday, lower body.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I have 1 day designed Wednesday to be quad dominant and secondary hamstring glute work. The Saturday workout, glute hamstring dominant, quad secondary, and of course calves are done with both workouts. You know what I mean? Okay. And then upper body is on Monday and Friday. I had her doing something a little different beforehand, just go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just switch her back to 4 days a week. But that's what I do, switch back and forth between 3 or 4 days a week. I tell everybody, listen, when I was 18, 19, 20 years, I was working out 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, whatever. You can do that. As you get older, you have to train smarter. If you're going to be in the gym, if you think as you get older, you're going to be in the gym 6 days a week, you're leaving gains, on the floor. You're not maximizing everything. Okay.
Dorian Yates used to only work out, I think, like 2 days a week or 3 days a week. Like that was it. And he's
listen, I love.
You're a big Dorian Yates. I know.
That has been my guy. I idolized Yates. Okay.
Yep.
I was in that span of Arnold was a little bit. I was too young for Arnold when he competed. Okay. I was too young at that point.
Yep.
Yates had just come onto the scene as far as winning the Olympia when I first started competing. So Yates was the person that I always looked upon as, oh my God, you know what I mean? And I can relate to Yates much better than like Lee Haney. Okay. I never liked Lee Haney's training approach personally. I mean, I'm not saying the guy looked, phenomenal, but his training approach, I never really cared for. I was never a fan of Ronnie's Coleman's training approach.
Okay.
And look how he's paid for it now.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, he's paid for it. He's done things training wise that, I laugh when I hear people go, oh, well, that's because he's used so much stuff. No, it's not. He's even said himself, it's because of how he trained.
Yes. Did you what did you think of the Mike Menser training type
love
of
it.
You think that's hit,
And the reason why I love it is what is Yates adapted.
Pretty much.
Yes. Yates, here's what Yates did. Yates did Menser's training methods and he tweaked them. So Menser's training used to be go and do one all out set and then you just move on. And what Yates did was he said, well, I feel there needs to be one or two or whatever you need warm-up sets. Now, warm-up sets wasn't going, okay, well, I'm going to grab a weight and I'm going to do it as many as I can, lighter weight, 15, 20 times. No, that's not what it was. Warm-up sets was to feel the movement. So he might grab, I'm just going to throw out there, for example, 30-pound dumbbells, lay down and slowly feel out 10 reps on a dumbbell press. If you had to go to failure with those 30s, you could probably hit 100 reps, but that's not what that was about. It was about, okay, you get the warm-up, then maybe you'll grow to 50s, do a warm-up. Then you go to your all-out working set. And then, okay, that's where you take the failure. So he took Menser's program and just adapted a little bit. I love anybody that knows me. I love Menser's style. I love Yates' style. I've adapted it over the years where, like I said, I train now. Maximum working sets I do myself is 1 to 2 working sets. That's it. I never do more than 2 working sets. It depends on the movement. Okay. Upper body, I'll do less working sets per body part compared to lower. But lower, those muscles are a lot bigger. You know what I mean? It could take a lot more. But that's exactly what I do. I'll do, I'll use a feel weight. Get my body accustomed to the actual movement, and then boom, go right into the working set, take it to failure. And my working sets, I don't take the working sets. Yates used to take, and Menser also, 6 to 9 reps. I like my working set number at the lowest, 8 to 10. At the highest, I mean, listen, I do rear delt movements where I go as high as 30 and 35 reps to failure.
Wow.
I'll take it to absolute failure. I've done leg curl movements before, seated reverse leg curls, where I've taken it to 70, 75 reps for one set. But by the time I get to those reps, I can't move them anymore. I mean, I literally, I can't, if you paid me to contract the muscle one more time, I couldn't do it.
How long do you wait in between sets? Because I have a short window. I don't wait that long.
I don't like waiting that long. I don't take the long approach. It depends. Upper body, I take less rest than lower body. Lower body, I take 90 seconds between sets. Upper body, a minute.
Okay. Yeah, that's about
upper, I do less because the reason why is the lactic acid in your legs builds up. So you know what I mean? You have to. So upper is about a minute in between. Lower is a little longer, about 90 seconds in between. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. We have actually a question that actually came in, and this person came in from Steve D from Wayne, New Jersey. And he said, hey, Garrett, are there any benefits beyond weight loss, like maybe heart or metabolic improvements with Retratutide?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Metabolic improvements, 100%. 100%. Heart, anytime you take weight off, you're going to be helping your heart. And I touched on this briefly last week, whether it's muscle, whether it's fat, if you're taking weight off, I used the example of Mark Schlereth last week.
Yes.
Okay. Look how he took the weight off after his pro career was over. Okay. You have to downsize. That's why if you see a lot of older, former bodybuilders, they downsize. Okay. They're still lean. They're still ripped. But they can't hold that muscle mass on them anymore. Well, it's the same thing with people who are overweight. You can't hold that on you and be healthy. It's no good for your heart. Okay. It really isn't. Now, I know there's a, exception to the rule. If somebody's going to go to me, well, my grandfather lived until 98 years old and he was fat and ate hot dogs every single day. Good for your grandfather. But I'm talking about the general public. No, you should. Of course, yes, it's going to help your metabolism. It's going to help your heart. It's going to help everything by taking the weight off. So yeah, you're going to help. You're going to improve your A1C numbers. You're going to improve your overall blood work numbers. You're going to improve your kidney function. You're talking everything. You're going to improve those pictures I just showed you a little while ago. Do you think her internal organs aren't thanking her at this stage in body weight compared to 320?
Of course, yeah, of course.
Do you know what I'm saying? I mean, a huge difference, huge difference. And I like this. Those pictures. It shows a process. Okay, it shows where the starting was, then where the middle was. Okay, because that's the start. That's before ever doing a thing. And you can see, and you can see too. It wasn't that she was a miserable fat person. You know what I mean? You can see she was smiling there, so she must have been happy. You know what I mean? So, and there you go there. Okay, and you can see. Look, there's a huge difference of the weight that's been dropped.
Correct.
But there's no muscle whatsoever. Okay, it's just weight that's been dropped. And then you see the after pictures. And the after pictures is it's like a different human.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you can see it right now here. Boom, the bicep and everything's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even look at the pec. Look at her pec right there.
Even her shoulder development there looks. You could see some lines there and everything. Really looks great.
Yeah, I mean, that's eating a normal. That's not doing a bodybuilder diet. That's not going into a deficit. Okay, that's not trying to cut up. That's just eating what I would call a normal high protein. Don't get me wrong, high protein. She watches her carbs. She doesn't take a lot of carbs in. Okay, me personally, I like a little higher carbs. I need it for training and this and that.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
I need it. She goes a little lower carbs. I like the carbs. I like my rice and my sweet potatoes and I like. She doesn't do too many carbs that much at all. Does a little bit, but not too much. But hits her protein markers no matter what, and that's the key. Got to hit your protein markers. Because if you don't hit your protein markers, as we all know, I don't care how many times a week you train. You can train once a week, 7 times a week, whatever. You're never going to build or retain muscle.
Yeah. Now, something else that's hit the news actually is Ozempic. Actually, just this week hit that they're saying that they're seeing a rise in older diseases. There's malnutrition and scurvy with a resurgence on Ozempic and Wegovy. Why is that? Is that because of the malnutrition?
Because of the extreme weight loss and the lack of eating.
Okay.
And that is what's happening. People are dropping absurd amounts of weight, but what's going on is they're not eating. So they're malnutritioned the same way an Ethiopian would be malnutritioned.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? I mean, and I never thought that's a great example right there, because I've seen this with Ozempic people. And listen, if anybody out there that's taking Ozempic in large dosages and anybody wants to write in or something, I'm interested to know, because I've heard people say they've get heavy doses of Ozempic. They've gotten distended abdomens.
Really?
Think about something. The old Ethiopian pictures, the little kids would always have the distended abdomens.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's something to that. There's something to that. And I've heard people who have taken heavy doses of that said, hey, I've got a distended abdomen. And again, that's from malnutrition and not eating properly and not getting enough nutrients and calories and all that in.
100%. I got another question, and we pretty much know the answer to this question. Someone wrote in and said, Brett Y from New York said, Garrett, as we continue to develop these drugs to fight obesity, one of the main issues I continue to see is nobody is willing to put in the work at the gym. Agree? I guess we all know.
I agree 1000%. Everybody wants the quick fix. Everybody wants the shot, but they don't want to do the work.
Yep.
Nobody wants to go to the gym. Nobody wants to put in the work. Nobody wants to put in the days. Okay. When I tell people you got to put in the days, there's no, I missed this day. I only got to the gym twice this week, so next week I'll have to make up the two. No. You have to get the days, and you have to hit your days. You have to hit your workouts. It's not that hard, okay?
Yep.
And I'm going to use an example. I just used it this morning with a client of mine, okay, with something similar. And so I have somebody the other day, and the quote they said to me was, "Man, I really wish I can get in with you more than twice a week. I wish I can get in 3 or 4 times a week. I just don't have the time. I don't have the schedule to get in there more than twice a week. I just can't do it. It's impossible." And then, lo and behold, I must have seen 42 pictures of them on St. Patty's Day bar hopping.
And they can't do that. Saying that's what happened.
My exact comment was, you could have got a 3rd session in on Tuesday.
Yeah.
You don't have the time. It's funny. You don't have the time to get another workout in, but you don't have time not to miss a bar. And I bet you on Cinco de Mayo you'll be out there. You were Irish on Tuesday, and on May 5th you'll be Mexican, and it's funny how that works. You never miss a bar day. You never miss a party day. You never miss a weekend on the boat. Every Sunday where you're out on the boat. Oh, wait a minute. I thought you're so busy. Just saying.
Yep. Just saying. And like I said, you have quite the big knowledge. You've been in this for over 40 years. You got so much knowledge. There's only 2 people I go to. I go to either you or Dave Palumbo when I need to get all my information and everything, because you and Dave are both extremely smart. Now, there is a game changer, possibly. Me and you talked about it with some pill. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about it, what you know about it?
Yeah. I mentioned this in week 1.
Yes.
And I thought it was going to be out closer to about 2030.
Okay.
And now they're in 3rd wave studies where they're saying this could be released on the market by 2027 to 2029. Now, that is a big window, but there has to be studies and all that done on it. And basically, I'm going to read you the exact name of the pill right here. Okay. Let me just see something. Well, I actually posted it the other day. So
it's a new pill. Could be a game changer, definitely game changer in this industry. That's going to be
absolutely. This will change things to a level of. By the way, I don't know if you saw also just of interest. Joe Rogan with RFK Jr.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to.
Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to read you. I posted this on my page the other day, so that's why I'm going to read you word for word of what is posted. Imagine a pill that fuses fat loss and muscle growth without exercise. Azelaprag, or Prog, an oral activator of the apelin receptor, mimics workout signals to boost energy use, preserve fast twitch muscle fibers, and amplify pumps through vasodilation.
Wow.
So you're telling me this pill, forget about signaling work, it's actually going to be giving you a pump also. That's unheard of. Early trials show double the weight loss, fewer muscle wasting effects, what we just talked about, during inactivity, and manageable side effects. When combined with drugs like tirzepatide, results improve even further. Expected by 2027 to 29, this breakthrough promises to extend traditional training into a new enhancement era. Now, that last sentence is key. This breakthrough promises to extend traditional training into a new enhancement era. I am not by any means saying to people, you can pop this pill and you don't have to do a thing and you're going to look great. My philosophy and logic behind this is, wait a minute. So I train my ass off. I train all the time. And what if I took this pill on top of it? Oh,
then you look amazing. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not where people, oh, great, I can just take this pill and I have more time for fun activities. That's not what I'm talking about. Breakthrough promise to extend traditional training. This is the key word I use with everything. listen, if you take protein, if you take creatine, if you take glutamine, if you take a peptide, if you take testosterone, if you take this, they're all supplements.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Supplements. And that's what I try to tell people. It's to supplement, not to replace it. And too many people want to replace going to the gym, because going to the gym takes time. Going to the gym takes hard work if you do it right. I mean, granted, I've seen plenty of people at the gym not doing hard work in the gym. I'm not saying that. I mean, you remember years ago, remember Gold's Gym in Paramus, the guy that used to walk around the gym with the Bugs Bunny water bottle all the time. He used to have he had the rabbit ears.
Yeah, yeah.
He'd walk around the gym. The entire time we'd be in there, he'd just be walking around the gym talking to every single, and he wasn't an old guy. He was maybe like late 30s, okay? But that was his social hour. So, yeah, there's a lot of people in the gym not training. You know what I'm saying? But this is to supplement your workout. You know, you look at it right here. It's going to amplify pumps through vasodilation. That's absurd.
That's crazy.
That's absurd.
That is crazy.
How can they do that? That's absolutely, when you look at that, wait a minute, that's unheard of. So I'm excited about that. I thought, like I talked about it a couple weeks back, I thought it was going to be out in 2030 or after. Apparently, it's ahead of where it should be now. So that's something that really, really excites me. One of the other things that excites me is here, the Hulk peptide. You and I spoke about
we were talking about this too. Yeah,
I'm going to get into this in the future, not today.
Okay.
But I want it because since you and I spoke about this, I have done so much deep dive and reading on it. Since the other day alone. Okay. So that's the problem. If I get something like this, and the next thing I know, I have to like just learn everything.
You start researching it, everything.
Yes, and I have been. So it'll be too long for today. This will be a topic for another show. But when I get into that, wow, is that amazing? Okay. And this is going to be a peptide that not too many people even know about yet, because it's not really out there, you know.
Is it? You can't even get it now. That's that peptide yet, or is it available?
You can get it because I've already looked into it. And,
I know.
I've already looked into it. I'm like, so you can get it. It's not. It's not something that is well known. It's not one of the GLPs. It's not one of the popular peptides. If you go to most peptide companies, you can't find it. You have to really, really do a search on it. And what I just did was I got all the info on it. You know, with the compounding pharmacy, just said to them, listen, and hey, yeah, we can do that. You know what I mean? So that's what I, you know.
We'll definitely
this looks like it's got some real promise, and I'll get into it.
We'll get into that.
I don't want to even give it away, because if I give the name away, you know, everybody's going to be Googling it for the next. You know, so I'm going to want to hold off on it. You know,
someone asked me. They said, mentioned to me, and they said, ask Garrett. They're currently on Ozempic, and they said, if they want to switch to Retratutide, they said, they're not sure, but they said, what's the cost? Is it about the same cost roughly? And I said, I'm not sure. Is it roughly the same?
Roughly the same. It depends. Are they going through the Ozempic? Like, is their insurance paying for it, or are they?
I think their insurance is paying for it. Yes.
Okay. If their insurance is paying for it and they're not paying out of pocket at all, no, the Retratutide is going to be more expensive, because they're going to have to pay out of pocket, because they can't get it from a doctor right now because it's non-prescribable. Okay.
Correct.
So yes, they're going to have to pay more for it. But if somebody was buying semaglutide and buying fully or Ozempic, buying it fully and buying Retratutide, the difference really isn't that great. The difference really, the price difference isn't that great. The quality difference is night and day. Retratutide is so much better, but the price difference for most of the GLP ones, the price is around the same.
They're all about the same.
Yeah, they're around the same.
And let me ask you, the three most important parts are obviously weight training hard, diet, and supplements. Where do you put 1, 2, and 3 on those? What's for you 1, 2, and 3?
Weight training, diet, and supplements.
Yes. What's the most important? 1, 2, and 3.
Okay. Okay, that's a good question. Because I have different stages. And what I mean by that is this. When I was younger, I believed weight training, hands down, was number one.
Really?
There was no equal to that. Hands down, number one, weight training. Nothing beat that. And diet then came in second, and then supplementation came in third. Okay.
Okay.
As I got older, I put weight training and diet neck and neck. Diet probably even above weight training.
That's a good point with the age.
As you age, because listen, when I was younger, I think you remember, there used to be in Carlstadt, on the boulevard, a gym called Body Renaissance. Okay. And when I was in high school, before I started going to Strong and Shapely, that was within walking distance of my high school. So, if there wasn't, if I didn't have baseball or football practice, and it was the off time of year, I would walk there. During the summers, I would walk there. Okay. And if I could get out, I would get out of school and just walk right down the block into Carlstadt. And I worked at that gym. Okay. I got the job at that gym when I was like 15 years old. Okay. So I'd work there during the summers and everything. And, at the time, to me, the best thing was I didn't even listen. I got paid, but I didn't care about getting paid. I really didn't, because here was the key components of that job. You can work out while you were on the clock. Okay. You can work out while you're on the clock. Because I worked behind the desk, but it was a small mom and pop gym. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can work out while you're on the clock. They had a fridge there, okay, that they would sell Snapple and protein drinks and Ultimate Orange and all that. And you're allowed 2 drinks per shift. So I would always make sure my drinks were protein shakes. Okay. The old American bodybuilding company. You remember those?
Yes.
Containers. Yeah. So I always make sure my 2 drinks were protein drinks at all times. You'll have 2 drinks. I always took the proteins. And you got to hang out in the gym. And to me, that was the greatest thing in the world. I didn't even need to be paid. Well, I got paid, and that was great too, but I didn't care. And, I worked there, and I would work out, and right across the street from there was a pizzeria. And this goes to show you at 15, 16, 17 years old. No, I wasn't doing it at 17. Sorry, 15, 16 years old, because at 17 is when I decided to compete for the first time, right when I, got about to turn 18 in the teen jersey. So 15, 16 years old, I would work out, literally get done working out, walk across the street to the pizzeria and get, an enormous foot-long cheesesteak. Okay? Cheesesteak. Come back with the cheesesteak, that was my post-workout meal, a protein shake and a cheesesteak. If I were to do that now after a workout, come on. You know what I mean? You can't do what you used to do. Now, I've always been lucky. I have a very fast metabolism. Very fast metabolism. I have always erred on the leaner side more than the bulky side. I've always been lucky like that I have a fast metabolism. I have to eat to keep my body weight on, compared to a lot of people that have to diet to keep their body weight off.
Yeah.
So I'm lucky there. But the one thing I have noticed is you have to refine your diet and eat as clean as possible the older you get, because that is so key. Now, most people, I know a lot of people out there say diet is the most important thing, then comes weight training. And the reason why I don't say that I consider it neck and neck, diet maybe a little above weight training, is because I know my personal body. If I don't train, okay, if I don't work out, weight falls off me fast, and I don't want that. So I need the workouts. I need to keep on building the muscle. Okay?
Gotcha.
So that's why I say diet, maybe a little bit above. Supplementation, at the lowest. And what I mean by that is, by no means am I discrediting supplementation. What I'm trying to say is this: if every supplement in the world all of a sudden, for some reason, vanished, and you weren't available to get any of them, you could still eat correctly, take your protein in, and work out. You know, or somebody once famous used to say your prayers, take your vitamins, and train.
Hulkamania.
Exactly. So, you know, you could always still train. Okay. The key word to that was train. You could always still train. You could always still eat right. If every supplement dried up and you couldn't get any supplement, okay. Now, if every gym or every weight in the world, they've decided to, okay, look, a lot of prisons have taken weights away from the prisoners over the years. Okay.
Yes.
They've removed them from the penitentiaries because what happened was the prisoners were getting too big and too strong for the guards. So a lot of prisons have taken the weights out over the years. Let's say for some reason, our government decided all weights across the board need to be destroyed and removed, and all gyms shuttered, and you can't own a weight or, you know, whatever. You could take all the supplements in the world. You're not going to look the same as if you could train.
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Yep, 100%.
So that's why I say supplements at the lowest. I know some people won't agree with that, but their philosophy is the philosophy of most of the people that just want to take a GLP-1 or a steroid or this or that and look jacked. It's not about that. You got to train.
Yep, got to train.
You got to train no matter what you do, what avenue you go. I mean, listen, at the heart of everything, okay? I have never, ever in my life, ever seen a dude jacked on gear and him say, don't tell anybody, but I don't even go to the gym. I've never seen that once in my life. Think about it.
Yeah, of course.
I've never once in my life seen that. Now, I've seen dudes train like twats on a ton of gear. And just, well, I don't have to train that hard because I'm on stuff. That's what you think. That's fine. You know what I mean? But imagine what you could look like if you trained your ass off.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the same way I say, oh, you could eat whatever you want. You can eat crap. You can eat, but imagine what you would look like if you ate properly.
Yep.
Imagine what you ate. You could, you know, so everything goes hand in hand. The other thing is just while we're on diet for a little bit, the absolute worst thing in the world. And I tell everybody, you want to have a cheat meal, you want to have lasagna, you want to have pizza, you want to have, I don't know what your Chinese food. I'm just throwing out different things. Make that your cheat meal. The worst thing you can do is take in large amounts of sugar. Sugar's the worst thing for you. And I'm not talking about, yeah, of course, sugar could be stored in your body as fat and you look like shit. Sugar can crash you when you go into the sugar coma. You know, everybody, I'm so tired. Sugar could you know, it could make you diabetic or pre-diabetic. Okay. Here's what a lot of people do not know. And I tell everybody this. Do you know what the number one thing that cancer cells feed on in your body?
Sugar, right? I mean, sugar.
Sugar.
Yep.
And everybody has cancer cells, whether they're dormant or active, we all have them. Okay. It's not like, you know, people think sometimes, oh my God, I just got cancer cells. That's not, no. Everybody's got them. They're dormant or they're active. Okay. Why would you be putting things in your body on a regular basis that cancer can feed on? It makes no sense to me. You know, while I'm on the subject of it, another little thing that a lot of people don't know, cancer also feeds on soy products.
Really? I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
They also feed, not to the extent of sugar.
Okay.
Not to that extent, but it also feeds on soy products, which I tell people no good. Now, another thing, if you just look at it hand in hand, soy also lowers natural testosterone levels. A lot of people don't know that.
No, I did not know that.
Another thing that lowers natural testosterone levels is marijuana.
I heard that.
Yep. I tell people that too. A lot of people don't realize. So soy, marijuana, they lower natural testosterone. So when I hear a lot of times people go, oh, I drink soy milk. Oh, I get the soy burgers. And I look at them and I go, why? Well, it's healthier for you. But do you know this?
Yeah.
Do you know this part? But I tell everybody, as far as the sugar goes, Forget about how you look. Forget about how you feel. Forget about. I wouldn't want to put anything in my body that cancer would be the first thing it would go and feed off of and get bigger. What happens? Cancer grows. That's the whole idea. Well, think about something. We grow. We take our protein in. We take our supplementation in. We work out. We grow. So hold on a minute. You could starve cancer, or you can feed it. Why would you feed it what it wants?
Of course. Yep. 100%, man. All right, man. We've been an hour already. Another great week, another great show. Guys, like, subscribe, send me some emails. Yes, I know I got a lot of emails saying to talk about some gear. Me and Garrett will talk about some gear maybe next week.
Get into that, yeah.
We'll get into gear. I know I got a ton of questions asking me about that stuff. They want to know about Cypionate and Sustanon and all that stuff. Guys, I'll get to it, okay? We'll do it something next week. But we'll like and subscribe. You know, we're going to be on today at 4 p.m. today. Garrett, I will talk to you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, man.
Sounds good, man. Talk to you later.
You got it, brother.
Bye.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Bodybuilder coding. Beings on the course.